Hey, welcome back to Mike's Diabetes World. I'm calibrating. So let's take a look at the pump. Blood sugar in the pump, it says 7.2, but I just did a finger poke, which is actually 9.5. So I'm calibrating. Now we're fully calibrated. I have 11.65 units. I've given my dose for my lunchtime, so I'll go up a bit yet, but that's fine. Gave my dose a little bit early so that the correction could lower me before I had lunch. So here we go. Now, oh my God, we have a major win. This is definitely different. Time and range, 100% within the last 24 hours. Doesn't mean my last 2 weeks is going to show this, but it's a day, the last 24 hours, I have a win. Above 10% was at 0, below 3.9, I was at 0. I'm 100% in range, and that is awesome. My average blood sugar is at 7.4, so we're really looking at being an awesome day. Today, let's go back, and I want to talk to you about easy as pie. And what do I mean when I say easy as pie? If you're out of control and totally not following guidelines, not doing anything, this may be a far-fetched idea, but you really need to work on getting it in line. Now, I've done a whole video series on Control Day, and in there I tell you the steps to go. But let's just do a little review. First of all, if you haven't been following your doctor's game plan or whatever, it's time to make an appointment with your endocrinologist and say, you know what? I really haven't been following things. Chances are. This channel is provided for informational purposes only. Contact your physician for any diagnostic or treatment plan. So, is diabetes as easy as pie? No. But the steps you can take to achieving that can. What the hell am I even talking about? Let me go back and discuss. First of all, I've done a whole video about how to get into control. Not a video, a series. It was called Control Day 2024. Very shortly, I'll be starting Control Day 2025 series. But it's easy to get the information, oh yes, I know what to do. But getting it into practice is something different. First of all, type 1 diabetes needs to be planned out. And I've talked to you about if you want to go away, it has to be planned out. If you want to go out to dinner, it has to be planned out. But if you do a lot of that work ahead of time, you can go out for dinner. You can go off for the weekend. Just have things thought out, give them a try. Diabetes, as easy as pie, is going to be a little bit of an effort. And I'm saying that because it's true. You're going to need to watch over every step of your life. But if someone says, hey, you want to go away on a road trip for a weekend? Have things packed up. Get ready to go. Don't go racing home saying, oh my God, I've got a chance to go away. I have to do this and I have to do that. If you want to go out to dinner, I suggest calling the restaurant, asking, do they use sugar in their sauces? What are the carb counts? Most restaurants will be happy to give that information if you're going to come and enjoy the food. Why wouldn't they? But you have to be prepared for yourself. No one's going to say, okay, you want to go away for the weekend? Here's everything you need to do. Or here, I've done everything for you. No. Part of your life, when I go out, when I leave here and have to go into Vancouver for a visit with my optical doctor, my endocrinologist, a dietary person, I have to make plans. I carry my backpack with me, and my backpack has everything that I need if I have to do a site change or do a blood sugar. I have my glucometer. I have some insulin. It's all in there. So, you need to always be ready. Now, when I was doing a lot of business traveling, at my office, I knew I would have to go away for 3 days at a time. I would usually have a bag at the office that if something came up and someone said, oh, we need a class over here, I wouldn't have to say, okay, I have to go home. I have to make my plans. It was all done. Sorry, don't know what that was. So I would be able to grab my bag. It had copies of my diabetes plan. The only thing it didn't have in it was insulin, but my Go bag had that in there, so I was okay. I also, if I was traveling within BC, which half the time, if I was going out on an emergency, that was the reason that I had to go up to one of our stores that was up north. So, if you do and you get into these plans and everything goes like clockwork, you're great, your blood sugar, you come back, your blood sugars are a super job, it seems easy. You get into problems when you haven't got any insulin. You don't have a change of clothes. And if you go to some of these small towns, we had a store, and this is years ago. I don't know if the company still has a store, but we had a store up in Burns Lake, which is a small village, I think it is, or town, we'll call it a town, in sort of the middle of the province. And if you go in there, at the time I was going there wasn't any laundromats that you were able to do. The hotel didn't have a laundry service. So I couldn't just fly out the door at work, have everything ready to go, and go up and do the course. Because what I would have to do is I would have to plan for the course I was doing, but then I would also have to worry about doing all my diabetes stuff. No. And a lot of times it was late by the time I got into the small town. So everything that you can plan beforehand will do the best. Don't sort of just leave things up for chance. That's the one real sort of big negative about having type 1 diabetes, besides taking the shots, doing the blood test, is you have to have everything planned. So work on it beforehand. Trust me, it makes life so much easier. Now, something, when I first got diabetes, sorry? That was my alarm. See, I have to do a blood sugar, which I just did. So I've already done it in my system. So we're okay. Just 1 second. Sorry, I had to get back and doing my lists and everything and I have a check off an alarm to remind me to do stuff. With cell phones now, everyone has an alarm on their phones. I utilize mine even in here to remind me get through this thick skull of mine that we have to do something and get more information going. So, what do we have to do? Well, take a look at your life. There's a HACCP plan. There's a plan that they've implemented into food safety. And you look at the critical points. Where is something going to fail? That's what you need to do with your diabetes. You say, okay, if I head off on a course, will I have everything I need? What happens if I don't have insulin? What happens if I don't have my pump inserter? What will come of it? How do I plan for these little problems coming up? So basically, what I'm trying to say in this whole video is diabetes takes planning. You can't just have things just happen for you, where a lot of people will go off and do other things and you'll find, oh well, it works well that way. Why can't you just do that? Well, I'm special. But good friends will understand. And they will offer to help. Well, if you call in your prescription, I'll go grab it. or we'll stop by on the way to the airport and grab your insulin. Have your supplies ready on the places. Like I had one at home, I had glucometers at the office. It wasn't until I started carrying in my briefcase, I had a section just with diabetes stuff. So when I went off to work, I'd have everything. It may means you have to stock it and take care of things after. That's okay. Things will take time and will work. Trust me, things will work out. And it becomes easy because you start learning habits, and these habits will come in line. Take a look at the HACCP plan and see if you can work that into your daily plan. Have a great day, and we'll talk later. Bye. My email is mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com. mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com.